Boy, they're a really tough ball club.
Yeah, these Iron Horses, they're already making some noise, and it's great to see in a school still in its infancy. But, Jack, you look at both of these teams, and both have so much veteran leadership, so many guys that have now put in 3-4 years of work and effort, and really now their teams are reaping the benefits of it.
Absolutely. Spoke with Coach Campbell over on the Philip Simmons sidelines. Said this is the first club that he's had of 8 or 9 seniors. No underclassmen on the team. Really old group. Natalie, who do we need to keep an eye on tonight?
We're going to be keeping our eyes on a lot of guys, like I mentioned, that veteran leadership, but especially Marcus Simmons over on the North Charleston side. He's the guy that's going to be their coach on the floor. He's a guy that leads by example. Doesn't say much, but knows how to get his guys in the right spots. And then over there on Philip Simmons, Robert Watson, a guy who does a lot. Leads the teams in assists, steals, and blocks. An unselfish player, but he's going to need to be a little selfish to get his guys a victory here.
Absolutely. I think you're spot on, Natalie. And as we head over and take a look at our keys to the game, driven by Cruz Chevrolet on Rivers, you've got a friend of car business. I think Robert Watson, Natalie, is a guy that we really need to keep note of. North Charleston, that's a big-bodied team. They got to crash the boards, and because of their athleticism and size, expect to see them pressure the court. Now, what does Philip Simmons need to do in order to find a win at home tonight?
It's really simple there. They're just going to need to execute offensively, defend the three, and execute offensively is something that head coach Garrett Campbell says his guys, when they are able to, good things happen.
You know, it's going to be a big-time matchup. A big-time opportunity to get a big-time win here in the Low Country tonight on Friday Night Hoops. Awesome. Thanks, Vince. I think that...
I really wish I could hear.
I got a little hung up on the closeout because they all snapped.
This is My TV Charleston's High School Hoops, driven by Cruz Chevrolet.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's My TV Charleston's High School Hoops Game of the Week, driven by Cruz Chevrolet. Tonight's matchup, it's the Philip Simmons Iron Horses versus the North Charleston Cougars. Jack DeLongchamp joined courtside with Natalie Smollett today. Really excited for an incredible matchup. North Charleston High School with a lot of history in the Low Country. Philip Simmons in just their 6th year of existence. But Natalie, boy, they're a really tough ball club.
Yeah, these Iron Horses, they're already making some noise, and it's great to see in a school still in its infancy. But, Jack, you look at both of these teams, and both have so much veteran leadership, so many guys that have now put in 3-4 years of work and effort, and really now their teams are reaping the benefits of it.
Absolutely. Spoke with Coach Campbell over on the Philip Simmons sidelines. Said this is the first club that he's had of 8 or 9 seniors. No underclassmen on the team. Really old group. Natalie, who do we need to keep an eye on tonight?
We're going to be keeping our eyes on a lot of guys, like I mentioned, that veteran leadership, but especially Marcus Simmons over on the North Charleston side. He's the guy that's going to be their coach on the floor. He's a guy that leads by example. Doesn't say much, but knows how to get his guys in the right spots. And then over there on Philip Simmons, Robert Watson, a guy who does a lot. Leads the teams in assists, steals, and blocks. An unselfish player, but he's going to need to be a little selfish to get his guys a victory here.
Absolutely. I think you're spot on, Natalie. And as we head over and take a look at our keys to the game, driven by Cruz Chevrolet on Rivers, you've got a friend of car business. I think Robert Watson, Natalie, is a guy that we really need to keep note of. North Charleston, that's a big-bodied team. They got to crash the boards, and because of their athleticism and size, expect to see them pressure the court. Now, what does Philip Simmons need to do in order to find a win at home tonight?
It's really simple there. They're just going to need to execute offensively, defend the three, and execute offensively is something that head coach Garrett Campbell says his guys, when they are able to, good things happen.
You know, it's going to be a big-time matchup. A big-time opportunity to get a big-time win here in the Low Country tonight on Friday Night Hoops. Hey, Vince, you got me by any chance? Or do I need to be talked about? Hey, did my audio sound a little bit different than hers by any chance? Like, I feel like my mic's pretty close. Is there any advice on your end what I can do to maybe sound a little bit clearer?
His just still seems kind of muffled.
Okay. Sweet. Just double checking. Didn't know if it was something on my end.
I really wish I could hear myself.
And now it's time to introduce tonight's starting lineups.
That's not him.
That's not him.
No, Edie?
No, sir.
Edie's got glasses on.
He's on the other side. Yes, sir, that's him right there.
Oh, yeah. Yep, right there.
And then Philip Simmons is a taller gentleman with a purple tie on. Yes,
Yep.
sir. Perfect.
Number 15.
And Garrett Campbell. Do you need spellings?
And number 21, Michael Jordan. And now for your Philip Simmons horses. At 4, he's a junior. Number 5,
Yep, that's right.
Micah. At guard, junior, number 21, Titus Patterson. At guard, he's a junior. Number 3, Robert Watson. At guard, he's a senior. Number 4, John Brooks. And last but not least, at forward, he's a senior. Number 1, Wilson Brooks.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my TV Charleston High School Hoops Game of the Week, driven by Cruz Chevrolet here in the Low Country. Philip Simmons Iron Horses, as we mentioned, they're in our keys to the game. Just their 6th year of existence, but coming off a season where they were 24-5 last year, led by Coach Garrett Campbell. The Iron Horses loaded and rocking, ready to roll. But on the other sideline, head coach Tony Edie, a legend in the Low Country here in Charleston, South Carolina. We'll take a look at his starting lineup. He's going to have the guard, Marco Simpson, a freshman. He's playing point guard for him tonight. Number 3, Tyrell Gatson, 5'10 junior. Unbelievable court vision. Starting at forward, Ethan Cobb and Williams. Rounding out the lineup for the Cougars, Marcus Simmons and Michael Jordan. As we take a look at Philip Simmons' lineups, we've got 5 names here. Wilson Brooks, Robert Watson, John Brooks, and Micah Mack. Titus Peterson is going to be in there as well. Weston Conchell shouldn't have been up on that one, but we'll see a lot of him tonight. Natalie, Tipoff here in the Low Country. How we feeling, Natalie?
I'm feeling excited. I'm feeling like these cheerleaders, which they're making the gym really loud, and I'm here for it, John.
I loved it. As we get this thing going, you're going to see North Charleston digging into the big fella. That's number 21, Michael Jordan. We're going to talk about him a lot tonight. So that wing 3 from number 5, Ethan Cobb and Williams, unable to go, and Philip Simmons able to corral the rebound. As we come down the other end, Robert Watson going to be key ball handler tonight for Philip Simmons. Natalie, what's he need to do court vision-wise, and also the ability to score tonight in order for them to get out to a big start?
Yeah, a lot of these guys are guys that want to look for their shot, but they also know how to play clean offense where they want to get a bunch of guys. You're already seeing kind of that ball movement. Regardless of that turnover right there we saw from North Charleston does a great job of getting a lot of guys in on every single play. They want to move the ball. They want to shift that defense. They want to get everybody, keep them on their toes, and get a good shot out of it.
Absolutely. Take a good look here. Coach Garrett Campbell, College of Charleston alumni. Boy, are those guys hot at the collegiate level, and he's got his team here at Philip Simmons in its first 6 years of infancy rolling just like the Cougs. As we see in the corner, the senior John Brooks kicking it back to Robert Watson, the corner 3. Bang! Early and often, Robert Watson, here's your player to watch, and he shows you why early. North Charleston, a team that really likes to utilize their defense and get in onto transition offense. It'll be interesting to see what Philip Simmons throws at them defensively, schematically, in a half-court set. So we're going to see a really nice move to the basket from the freshman Marco Simpson as we take a look at the David Ayler replay. Robert Watson in the corner, bang.
And that's just the beauty of the shot. You got to love the way. Swing the ball one more. Sometimes you just need that one extra pass to get things going. And Robert Watson, we've got our eyes on you, young man.
Woo. Bring it around town. He gets the first of the Will Lou Gray free throws to go as we take a look at the Charleston legend. Head coach Tony Edie. His second stint here at North Charleston, won a national championship. That'd be pretty neat. Won a state championship in his first stint at North Charleston. He's been there for 18 years. He went to high school there. Took a brief stint at First Baptist for 3 years where he led First Baptist just up the road to a state championship as well. But he's really excited to be back at his alumni.
Yeah, he told us straight up, this is his home. I mean, you don't often get a chance to go home, but that ball going home. And that
Marco
is
Simpson.
Yeah, Marco Simpson.
The freshman, skilled around the basket, showing it off. Watson, an errant pass, scrum for the ball. Someone's able to get rid of it, and it's Watson from the free throw line. There he is again. Tyrell Gatson able to grab a rebound, and Cougars out in transition. We're going to have another look at the Will Lou Gray free throw line. We're going to see Marco Simpson again.
His second, team second for the Horses.
Yeah, let's go take a look.
Number 2, Marco Simpson at the line, shooting 2
Maybe
shots.
got away with a little bit of a travel there, Jack. I'm not the executioner here.
I don't know. It's the end. 3 steps, whatever it is.
Yeah, maybe a third one in there. It's fine.
Number 23, Troy Stevenson.
But you already kind of see in the pace of this one, Jack. Both of these teams, they're run-and-gun type teams, and whoever is going to get into really their groove is going to be the team that is going to get into a little bit of a momentum run here.
Absolutely. I think when we talk about style of play, is Marco Simpson unable to get the second from the charity stripe down. Let's talk about style of play. You mentioned, Natalie, in your open, Philip Simmons loves the half-court set. They feel like
Yes.
they can execute really cleanly, as we are unable to see there. But North Charleston's a team that's really long, and they really utilize that athleticism to pressure teams, to try to make them feel really uncomfortable. And if they're able to do so tonight, it's going to be the battle of who's able to play their game.
Robert Watson with the rejection.
Yeah, and Robert Watson all over the floor already. Getting the block right there. I did mention he leads this team in blocks. He's already racking up one early in this one.
Absolutely. As we see checking in, number 23, Troy Stevenson. Many in the low country know him for his abilities on the gridiron. But he's taken that confidence that he had in an unbelievable fall for Coach Eric Bendig and the football team here at Philip Simmons and transferred it on to a whole lot of confidence on the hardwood. How about the swing pass? Corbin Williams swatted by Rockland Watson. How about the pass there from Titus Peterson? Unable to catch it cleanly as Stevenson, but a really nice float piece, and Philip Simmons crashing the offensive boards. It's going to be number 5, Micah Mack, getting his first start of the year on the offensive rebound. So check out the David Ayler replay.
Yeah, this was the Robert Watson saying, "Not today, sir." We're going the other way with that one.
It almost wasn't even a block. It's like he just snatched it right from him.
Yeah.
Credit a steal or a block. Robert Watson's all for it as Mike Mack's able to knock down the first free throw tonight. Like we mentioned, these free throws tonight brought to you by Will Lou Gray Opportunity School, a rich tradition of individualized learning. As we see the southpaw knocks down the second. Perfect from the free throw line. Tyrell Gratson pushes it. Having him, Ethan Codden-Williams, a guy second in team in scoring, averaging 10 a night. He just hasn't really seemed to get it going quite yet early on.
Not yet, but that could change quickly as we're seeing Michael Jordan, 2 for his team.
Pretty good name to have around the basketball world as we see those 2 easy West Shore home points in the paint right there from Michael Jordan. But that's a big body. It's 6'5" for a sophomore. Whole lot of development left in his game.
Yeah, this is a guy that's just now coming back, suffered an ankle injury. A solid guy that Tony Edie wants in his lineup, and thankful that he can play tonight.
How about the block on one end? North Charleston in transition. Too much, too good. Marcus Simmons, Natalie, player to watch. 2 quick ones right there. Really nice offensive rebound and points in the paint there.
And we're starting to see from both teams, rebounding is going to be a big factor in this one. So far, a lot of points coming from those second and third opportunities.
Absolutely. Titus Peterson unable to knock down the 3 from the corner, but it doesn't matter. How about the second block of the game from the high flyer, Robert Watson? Watson really matured and taking a step here as we take a look at the replay.
Wow. Going to the opposite end of the gym, Robert Watson. If basketball doesn't work out for him, I think maybe volleyball.
I was going to say, that looked like an Olympian men's volleyball player there.
They do have a volleyball team here at Philip Simmons. A men's team, I should say.
Do they? How about
they
that?
do.
Troy Stevenson, obviously a two-sport star. We mentioned him, but Robert Watson, Natalie's spurring a potential career in men's volleyball. I like
I'm just trying to help you out, so I don't know, something to think about, I'd say.
As we go to an inbounds play here, we're going to see Nazir Baldwin check in for North Charleston for the first time tonight. He's a really skilled shooter, Natalie. His Baldwin averaging 6 points per game. Look for them to maybe draw something up on the inbounds. As Philip Simmons going to sag back into a 2-3 off the inbounds play. It's going to be Marco Simpson handle the rock. Marcus Simmons back to Simpson, unable to get the three to go off the back iron. The rebound from Wilson Brooks, the senior. Slowly bring the ball to the floor. You know, we've seen him try to facilitate Robert Watson. We saw the three early. Look for them to maybe go to a two-man game here, Natalie, free him up. That was Chet Connolly, the senior, checked in on to get the lefty to go, but North Charleston back in transition. Unable to get a go. Back and forth there. It's a track meet so far. It's Wilson Brooks again. How about Michael Jordan with the hands? Little steal.
Yeah.
It's the freshman in transition.
Yeah, picking the pocket of Troy Stevenson there.
Now, I've been super impressed with Coach Edie's freshman Marco Simpson so far tonight. His ability to pick pockets in the passing lane, as you saw him there in the fast break there for low country crawl spaces as he heads back to the line for his second trip tonight.
Yeah, this is a guy that head coach Tony Edie said is a spark off the bench, but I mean, if you want to get your way into the starting lineup, we're going to dive into a lot of other storylines here tonight, Jack, because this is a team that doesn't have a strong, solid five. This is a team that is still trying to figure out who goes where and who does what and who really makes other people look good around them. So a lot going on this North Charleston sideline. And today's, what a better opportunity for some of these guys that start on the bench to work themselves into that starting lineup. Absolutely.
You see Marco Simpson knocking down both free throws. Brought to you by the Will Lou Gray Opportunity School. Simpson's been really strong. 10-5 North Charleston with just 3:07 to go as we're going to head to break.
Number 10, ready, his first. Team set. And on Wilson Brooks on the line, shooting 2 shots, timeout. TV time.
And we're back here in the Low Country. My TV Charleston's high school hoops, driven by Crew Chevrolet. Got a good look of head coach Garrett Campbell. What an incredible job he's done in just 6 years at Philip Simmons High School. Natalie, he talked about the lumps and bruises that his team took in really just the first 3 years. How has he been able to turn around? I mean, last year came off a 24-5 season, making a run at the lower state championship. How has he been able to do it?
I mean, you look at what this team's been able to accomplish, and yes, they won that regional title last year, but this is a whole nother ranking. They had moved up to 3A over the summer. They were in that 2A ranking, but a team that has dealt with some punches. They played Goose Creek 3 times this year. If you're unfamiliar with that Goose Creek team, that's a top 10 team in the state in the 5A ranks, and they've held their own with a lot of other teams that are up there and really competing with the state for a state championship, and that's what you want to do at this level right now when you're still trying to find your footing.
Absolutely. So Wilson Brooks missed the second from the charity stripe. It was Robert Watson with another offensive rebound. It's not just the scoring ability while coaches in the Low Countries love this kid's game. It's ability on the glass, facilitating for others, and we've seen how the impact already. How about the second effort from Carleo Jenkins? Once, twice, never thrice.
There you go, and that is the energy that they need off the bench, and we're going the other way, folks. Carleo Jenkins again.
What? Take a look back at the day today. What you got here, Natalie?
And this is just a solid effort play. You got 2 scrappy North Charleston players trying to get that ball, and Carleo Jones says, nope, that one's mine, and I'm putting it home. And then on the other end, getting up the charge, that is just full-on effort from the young guy.
I got to tell you, Natalie, I think it's the most electric play in sports. It's so selfless. You sacrifice your body on the line. There's Honore Jenkins there. Misses the 3. He checks in. Coming off the bench. What a luxury for Coach Tony Edie. Haven't said the name of Honore Grant quite yet, but he's averaging 11 points per game for this North Charleston Cougars team. That leads the Cougs. It's Grant again. This time around the basket, unable to get it to go. The layup, that's going to be one he wishes he had back. And he does. Wow. He gets it right back.
And that was just great to see. I mean, it looked like an offensive set for the Cougars that wasn't going to end in 2 points. And, well, for a second there it didn't. But you never give up.
How about on the other end, Wilson Brooks unable to get it to go, but it's Robert Watson. He's got 4 early ones here in the 4th quarter, but it's his ability on the glass. 3 offensive rebounds already in this one.
That's just a guy who knows how to be in the right spot at the right time.
Absolutely. How about Sam Riddy, unable to get it to go?
Whoa, we got bodies on the floor.
Yeah, bodies on the floor. It's 2 seniors, Wilson Brooks and Chet Connolly. Love to see the sportsmanship picking each other back up. 2 guys have played with each other since middle school. Oh, how about the left hand, Natalie? How about 3 the old-fashioned way for Robert Watson as he heads to the free throw line? Opportunity to make it an old-school 3-point play brought to you by Will Luke Gray.
Super, super impressive. Again, we had mentioned this is a team that likes to execute things on offense. But, hey, if you take a man off the dribble, go execute that ball in the basket because that is just a great play there. And we're all tied up at 12 now, Jack.
His first step, the athletic explosiveness. But how about the finish with the left hand to finish inside the West Shore home points in the paint?
Yeah, that's just a college move, honestly. And at this high school level, you don't see a lot of guys that can use those both hands. They tend to go to one side, but it's the best way to go sometimes, using that left hand. Let's take another look at it. Just great body control on that.
Absolutely. Baldwin called with the foul there, and there was no denying it. As Marco Simpson on the other end, a little 2-man game with the big fella, Sam Riddy. Likes what he sees. Unable to get it to go, and how about Sam Riddy? Oh, love to see the hustle and getting on the floor. That's a junior move from Tyrell Gadsden, setting up the 3 ball in the corner. It's Marco Simpson again. These 2 guys, Watson, Simpson, he said, what you can do, I can do better. These guys trading body shots, each with 7 here in the 1st quarter. It's Connolly, little 1-man game. Getting locked up by the freshman, a little double by Tyrell Gadsden, forces an errant pass. It's the Cougs in transition again. Tyrell Gadsden's gonna slow it down, and he's got the big guy down low. Riddy unable to hold on to it, but it's Watson. Oh, how about the Euro? Unable to get it, but how about the finish from the junior, the 6'1" on the offensive rebound, Weston Cogshaw on a West Shore home points in the paint with an opportunity to get 3 the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, let's go take a look at that. Robert Watson, again, we've talked about him all night. Looks like a beautiful Euro step. It's just that rim a little unforgiving, but he's got his friend Weston Cogshaw there to clean it up. And then a chance to get that lead, that 1-point lead before these guys call it a end of that first half.
We see him looking to knock down the sole free throw here. Now it feels like in this 1st quarter, majority of points coming off offensive rebounds.
Yeah. And we had mentioned that was going to be one of the keys to the game to these teams.
Gotta
they need to
crash
the board.
glass. Absolutely. 15-15, North Charleston. Philip Simmons all tied up after one quarter. These guys won it. This game means a lot to them as we head to break.
Yeah. We're good. It's perfect. You good?
It was perfect.
On,
we appreciate you. Am I super loud in your ear? I feel like I'm screaming because I can't hear myself.
Not yet.
No.
Yeah, wait, hold on.
That's okay. I just hope it doesn't sound bad on your guys' end. Okay, thank you. Gotcha. That's fine with me.
We're back. My TV Charleston's high school hoops driven by Cruz Chevrolet. As you see, Coach Tony Edie got to be fired up with how hard his team played in that first quarter. And right away, a steal from Ethan Calvin Williams, unable to get the lay to go as Carlo Jenkins is going to bring the ball back up the other side of the floor.
Well, each of these teams throwing punches to each other. No one's really garnered that momentum, Jack. Everyone's been able to respond to what the other team is doing. So we'll have to see if that changes this second quarter.
Absolutely. Carlo Jenkins unable to get it to go, but it's his second effort again that's going to keep possession for the Iron Horses. Take a look in. How about the big fellow? Haven't got to say his name quite yet tonight, but Michael Jordan, unaware if he's going to play, been dealing with an ankle problem. He's suited up, ready to go. Knows that this is a big-time opportunity for himself and his Cougars to get a much-needed Region 8 3A win. That's going to be a travel heading the other way on Troy Stevenson.
Just moving a little too quick. You love the effort. An explosive athlete. You see it right there. Just got to put that ball on the ground a little sooner.
Absolutely. See Coach Garrett Campbell looking on. I know that the turnover number is going to be something that he looks at halftime out of his Iron Horses, but they've looked strong so far, especially on the rebounding glass, as you mentioned, during our Keys at the Aim, brought to you by Cruz Chevrolet. Peterson dishes. John Brooks, the senior, mentioned his brother a couple times, but Peterson off the knee and loses it. It's going to be Simpson in transaction again. Honore Grant finds a slash to the basket. Ethan Calvin Williams, he's able to finish for the West Shore home points of the paint. A really selfless look for Honore Grant. He's averaging about 2 assists per game. Noted there's 11 points per game, but a really nice find there on the other end.
Yeah, North Charleston doing a great job of getting that ball in and moving it to the outside and vice versa. We're going to see the ball on the shoulder there, but, no one's in front of his guy. Pass it in, and he's getting 2.
Really nice floor vision from the point guard. He's a junior, only 5'9". He's an undersized guard, but the low country, he's well known for being one of the better scorers. See Troy Stevenson there. Robert Watts in the corner. He wants the 3 ball. He wants it now. In and out. Nice rebound from Williams, but it's John Brooks with the steal and finish around the basket.
Yeah, John Brooks, that's their glue guy. He's a returning starter, and he's proven why that is the case, because he never seems to give up on a play, Jack.
Absolutely. I'm talking about not giving up on a play. It's Michael Jordan. He's a stud on the gridiron. Looked like a receiver there. A really nice save as we're going to go to a 2-man game between him and Tyrell Gatson. Gatson not only get by as defender, but the freshman Simpson hadn't had a problem with it. How about the 1 foot runner?
I like it.
Really,
Nice little light touch there.
really clean game as we see John Brooks bringing the ball up the lefty. Now, you know what's really interesting about him, what Coach Gamble said about kind of his game and his maturation from this year to last, as we see him tussling for the boards underneath. He's a swing man that they trust his jumper. They want to see him shoot a lot more.
Yeah, and that's probably the best thing you want to hear from your coach is, hey, usually it's the opposite. Like, hey, let's not be so selfish. Let's share that ball with your teammates. But no, they want him to take that more selfish role and really be that commander out there on the floor.
Perfect example there now. You're on cue. He's got a really good opportunity. Just go up and rise above the defender. He's a really skilled scorer, but he's just so selfless. He wanted to find his big man, and a nice defensive play from the Cougs. Tyrell Gatson, really nice defense on the outside by Titus Peterson, unable to get it to go, and it's the Iron Horses heading the other way. Robert Watson in transition, unable to get it. Michael Jordan up ahead. Tyrell Gatson with the left hand gets it to finish. Right into our incredible camera staff and crew. He's going to head down. That fast break brought to you by Low Country Crawl Spaces as Gatson slow to get up.
Yeah, not a smart pass by Watson. We had mentioned just be selfish, take it yourself, because, well, we've got number 3, Tyrell Gatson, taking it himself, and he's getting 2 for his teams with a strong bucket on the other end. Gatson
was slow to get up, ended up sprinting back to his Cougar bench. Love to see, especially in these big-time games, you hate to see injuries, so glad to see Gadsden, the junior, get up. Such an integral piece to what North Charleston tries to do, averaging 3 assists per game. Now, he's also the quarterback for his high school football team, so you want to talk about seeing the field. He's also seeing the floor well tonight as he leads North Charleston in assists as well.
Yeah, and a lot of the time when it comes to these football guys, both of these coaches can attest to it, is they gain so much confidence when they're able to do whatever they want to do on that football field and be able to be that guy on the field. So then when they come into basketball season, come on this court, they have that same mentality. They have so much confidence, and they're saying, hey, I am me, and this is, let's get this done.
Absolutely. How about the move? Yes, sir. Wilson Brooks, the senior, his he's at 3, excuse me, not his first 2 points of the night. The other way, North Charleston playing fast. Maybe a little too fast.
Maybe a little
able to
too
get the ball down. Travel. Even Calvin Williams.
And you love the ball fake. Strong drive to the basket. He's in traffic. There's a lot of Cougars down there, but he doesn't seem to mind. Got to give it to Wilson Brooks.
Absolutely. Brooks averaging 5 points per game, 3 rebounds as well. He's a team captain for a reason. He was a bench guy last year. His maturation over the summer earned him a starting spot this year. He's playing a big role for the Iron Horses. Watson from deep. Good miss off the back iron, but it's Michael Jordan, who's averaging 6 rebounds a game, that pulls it down.
And Jack, we had a pretty good angle from that shot right there. It looked pretty solid.
Absolutely.
So if you're talking to me.
And he's feeling himself, right? Like it just all over the floor. And I think that's what Coach Campbell wants to see out of him. Campbell, stolen from Titus Peterson from behind. What an unbelievable defensive play. Yes, sir, and with the right hand. Wilson Brooks fouled. The fast break brought to you by Low Country Crawl Space. He's going to head to the free throw line with an opportunity to knock down 2 as Philip Simmons trails 21-19 his 2 free throws to knot it up with just 3:35 to play.
Yeah, Brooks is an impressive guy when it comes to his physicality.
He misses the front end of the free throws. You mentioned his physicality. Wilson Brooks, another 2-sport guy for Philip Simmons, former lacrosse player. As he looks to knock down the second free throw here. He and his brother, we mentioned him, John Brooks, 2 guys that, what an opportunity for their family right now. Have your 2 sons play at such a high level last year, coming off such a big season. You guys have been a lot of fun to watch tonight, but it's North Charleston 21, Philip Simmons 20, with just 3:35 and my TV Charleston Hoops, driven by Cruz Chevrolet as we head to break.
I think it's because I can't hear you. I'm sorry. Sometimes you're fine, but then other times I'm like, I don't know what you're saying, and
how cute that kid is.
What?
Look how cute that kid is.
My voice is gone. I feel like I'm screaming.
I feel like I am too.
Just can't hear myself.
You're good. Sounds good.
Does it? Okay.
Yeah, you sound good in my ear for sure.
Okay, good.
And welcome back to My TV Charleston's High School Hoops, driven by Cruz Chevrolet. Game of the week. It's Philip Simmons and North Charleston with just 3:35 to play. The visitors, North Charleston Cougars, hold a 1-point lead. Jack DeLongshaw, Natalie Spalla join me courtside. Natalie, it's been a really fun one early.
Fun is a perfect word for it, Jack. You know, it's exciting when you see two teams back and forth. No team has really been that team to go on a run. We haven't seen a run yet. Both teams able to silence the other when they get a bucket, get a nice play, and return with one of their own.
Absolutely. Ellington has that one swatted away, his third one of the game for Robert Watson. But Natalie, I think everyone kind of knew coming into this game, North Charleston 7th in the state of South Carolina at the 3A level, as we see a really nice defensive play there. But 7th in the state of South Carolina.
Yeah, and there's a reason they're 7th in the state, and you're seeing it on full display right now. This is a team that wants to get in your face defensively. They're not giving Philip Simmons much to work with tonight. Again, a team that likes to set some plays up, get some guys going, move that ball around, and so far, North Charleston has had an answer.
You see moving the ball there is John Brooks unable to knock down the corner three, but 7th in the state of South Carolina. Philip Simmons 9-8, but a really tough out-of-conference schedule. It's a team that won a lot of basketball games under that man's lead right there, Coach Garrett Campbell. You talked about the out-of-conference schedule early on in the season. What do those kind of games, how does that translate? As we get a little transition guy for Marco Simpson. He's going the other way, brought to you by Low Country Crawlspace. God, the freshman's been really impressive. But Natalie, speak to that tough out-of-region schedule, what that we can do moving forward with the season for a team.
Yeah, that means a lot for these teams, especially a Philip Simmons team that is still trying to make a name for themselves. That is the goal of really non-conference games, non-region games, is you're playing teams from different areas of the states, not exactly or not exclusively the Low Country. So it's getting your name out there, and that is exactly what head coach Garrett Campbell wants to do. He wants people to know who Philip Simmons is and what their team is all about.
Absolutely. They were 2nd in the state of South Carolina last year. They made a deep run into the playoff, but he talked to us about it. So we see Simpson again. Goodness gracious, has the freshman been absolutely putting on a display. He's got 11 first-half points, a lot of them in those West Shore home points in the paint.
Yeah, let's go take a look at that rebound. You see the defenders on the opposite side, that weak side there. Caught him sleeping a little bit. He's got a lane to that basket and a tough finish on the right side. I
got to tell you, he's got a really good defender in Titus Peterson, number 21. It's a 5'10", 170-pound junior. He's a transfer from Palmetto Christian Academy. He's been really good for Philip Simmons this year. Simpson just hits him with a really nice move there. Going to get tangled up. Nice play by John Brooks to not foul. Gets all ball. Possession will remain with North Charleston, though. As we see there for North Charleston, that's Jaden Williams. He's a junior, checking in for the ball game for the first time tonight. Plays real strong down low for a junior, about 6'4", big-bodied. They like to see him go to work on the block there. Andre Grant there, selfless, finds the freshman off the back iron. Grant held scoreless so far in this one. Wilson Brooks in transition with a nice move, playing with him a little bit. He's able to draw the foul. Gets Jaden Williams to foul him. They liked that matchup right there. They felt that Wilson Brooks had the ability to go by him. He's able to do so.
Let's go take a look. I mean, sometimes you just got to do it yourself.
Close, what you think? Maybe all ball as he knocks down the first of the Will Lou Gray free throws.
And it was good defense. You got to give credit to to North Charleston there, but sometimes just better offense, Jack.
Absolutely. You see Wilson Brooks knocks them both down. He's got 5 here in the first half. Wilson Brooks being asked to take on a bigger scoring load. We mentioned before the game a little bit. Philip Simmons down, starter out of the lineup, so they're going to need a lot of pieces to step up. We mentioned Michael Mack getting his first start of the season. 1 man down, next man up is, I think that's a Powerade maybe on the court, and it is. Not sure where it came from, but we're going to take a couple seconds and get that cleaned up. You never know what you might see on a nice Friday night.
I was just going to say, yeah, that's something you don't see all the time. But I know we see these big sports games. I know we see some cats run on the field of baseball games this past year, or some dogs, or some squirrels.
I was going to say, cats is, it's a bad superstition.
I was going to say, I think I remember seeing that, though, this past season with the MLB.
We see Wilson Brooks here in the David Ayler scoreboard.
Oh, there we go. We see it.
Came flying out of the stands. Great camera work there as all coaches playing a part. I believe that's assistant coach Denzel Myers. Was it a couple cheerleaders that maybe threw on the floor? Hey, you know what? Those little guys, they're just excited.
There you
Those
go.
future Iron Horses may have chunked the Powerade bottle on the floor, but
yeah, we don't want any injuries, though. Maybe it smells a little better out there, you think, maybe?
Maybe.
What is light blue? Is that, it's not blueberry.
Mystic Blue Mountain.
Wow.
You obviously have never seen Talladega Nights.
I was going to say, not to that capacity,
That's
at least.
a Ricky Bobby sponsorship deal in the world of NIL. Ricky Bobby, proud NIL sponsor.
Oh, my
Mystic
gosh.
Blue Mountain.
Wow.
We see Coach Garrett Campbell maybe a little upset.
I mean, I don't think he planned to have to get on his hands and knees and scrub some Gatorade from his own home court, Jack.
There you go. See Troy Stevenson finds Watson. Watson one-on-one. They're going to double in the corner. They're going to find Brooks. Brooks to the basket again. Unable to get it to go. Corralled by the big fella, Jaden Williams. It's Honore Grant to the corner. Grant's hadn't had the best three-point shooting three-point shooting percentage of the year, and he's taken it to the basket. He's a skilled scorer. He's going to find a way to score whenever he can. Those points of the pay brought to you by West Shore Homes. But head the other way. Robert Watson blocked by number 1 Nizer Baldwin. It's a track meet, Natalie.
It is definitely a track meet. They want to get their steps in as we reach the 22nd mark of the half.
I'm telling you, scorers know how to find their baskets. And Honore Grant might only be shooting 24% from downtown, but he's got 6 easy ones in the paint. Grant.
Let's see if Philip Simmons can
hold for the last shot with just 5 to play. It's going to be to number 10, Carleo Jenkins. Locked up Watson at the buzzer, and it's going to be long. North Charleston led by a late surge from Honore Grant. Grant with 6 first-half points. They're going to take a 29-22 lead as they head into halftime. You see Coach Tony Eady there, brought to you by Cruz Chevrolet. It was a fun first half. Marco Simpson with 11 first-half points, leading all scores. He's not, I don't believe.
What's up? Yes.
I gotta go get 3AA batteries.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
And as we're back here, Friday Night Hoops, high school hoops, brought to you by Cruz Chevrolet. North Charleston went to halftime with a 29-22 lead. Got to be to the pleasure of head coach Tony Eady. But ladies and gentlemen, each week, David Ayler Law Office and Riders Law Group is proud to highlight a scholar athlete from each participating school. The student selected will have an opportunity to win $2,500 in scholarships at the end of the season. Over the last 7 seasons, David Ayler Law Office have donated almost $50,000 in scholarships. With the recent tragic news of the passing of David Ayler, what a way to remember an incredible man. Then with this lasting legacy of impacting student athletes in the Low Country. First and foremost for Philip Simmons, it's Paradise Greeter, a 3.9 GPA and the captain of the cheerleading squad. In her community, she hails out and helps Raiders cheerleaders, volunteers at nonprofit, and she's an unbelievable individual in her community. Shout out to you, Paradise Greeter, that 3.9 GPA. Wildly impressive. And over on the North Charleston side, our Scholar Athlete of the Week is Kylie Kellerman, a member of the basketball team. Kylie's got a 5.2 GPA. No, I didn't even know a GPA could go that high. Kylie Kellerman, a varsity team captain on the basketball team. She's all-region, and she received all-state honors last season. In her community, she places and volunteers at 80 homeless shelters, does work with the Windward Fair for Boys, and worked at a low-country food bank, and is a member of the Young Life Christian Youth Leadership Group. Kudos to you, Kylie Kellerman. Congratulations to our 2 Scholar Athletes of the Week. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take and head to another break. North Charleston 29, Philip Simmons 22. I'm gonna hand the AD my headset just so like he can hear Natalie, okay?
I think
and Natalie can do
is
it.
Dan coming to sit here next to me?
Oh, you, my man. Oh, okay. All right, let's do it.
Thanks, Dan.
How are you guys?
How's it going? Super easy. Just about the program, about all really sports, the success you guys have already seen. Welcome back to Philip Simmons High School. North Charleston, the Cougars up by 7 on the Philip Simmons Iron Horses. We've got second half action coming at you in just a few minutes. But for right now, I am joined courtside with athletic director here at Philip Simmons, Dan Minkin. Thank you so much, Dan, for joining us right now.
Absolutely, Natalie. Glad to be here.
We have seen a half of basketball. Thoughts so far on the game?
Man, it's just an up and down battle. It's exactly what I thought it would be, and I think we're going to come out in the second half and really show them what we got.
Now, you have a front row seat to really not only basketball, but of course every sport here at Philip Simmons, and a lot of success in this school's infancy so far. How has it been to really experience that 6 years, and so much, of course, has happened over that 6 years?
It's absolutely amazing. You know, we're back-to-back Carlisle Cup champions, which is our biggest accomplishment here as an athletic program. We were the best 2A athletic program for the last 2 years. First public school to ever do that in 2A, and first Berkeley County school ever, and it's just an unbelievable honor to be here.
There's nowhere to go but up, especially at this point.
That's
and I want to talk about your head coach, Garrett Campbell, and what he means to your program. He's a guy that his really mission is to spread that Philip Simmons identity, make your guys known across the entire state. What does he mean to your program?
He's unbelievable. He's been here since day one, molding this program exactly how he wants it, and you can see it out there. The results speak for themselves. I mean, he's, last year region champions. I mean, he's unbelievable. He's one of the hardest working coaches we have. He's got the guys in here in the morning at practice. He's in the weight room with them. They're practicing, during the school day. It's just unbelievable. He does a great job for us.
And we want to do a great job at really spreading that identity and helping you guys out. So for those across the Low Country or anybody tuning in, not familiar with what you all are about here at Philip Simmons, what do you want them to know?
That we are the best school in the state of South Carolina, both athletically, academically, and arts. We have it all here, so come on down and check us out. All
right, again, head coach, or not head coach, athletic director, Dan Minkin joining me courtside. Thanks so much, Dan. We'll see you right back here in just a few minutes. Second half action coming at you.
Hey. We're going to men. Those are scholar athletes.
What are we doing with them?
Hey, Vince. Okay, awesome. Hey, Vince, are we going to show the scholar athlete? I got the scholar athletes right at the desk. You want to go to them live right out of it, and that'll be the quick bump back? Perfect. Yeah. If we just have them on camera, I can like show a little love, and then I'll get a little. Okay, that sounds great.
Cool, thank you.
Welcome back to Philip Simmons High School. Mike TV High School Hoops, driven by Cruz Chevrolet. North Charleston leads 29-22. We talked about our incredible scholar athletes. We got him here live courtside, showing a lot of love to Paradise Greer and Kylie Kellerman, Incredible student athletes. This is what embodies low country student athletes. Live here at Philip Simmons as we head back to break.
Second half action coming up next.
And welcome back to My TV Charleston High School Hoop, driven by Cruz Chevrolet. The High School Hoops match of the week, North Charleston Cougars and the Philip Simmons Iron Horse. You saw a good look at head coach Tony Eady. He's been doing it in the low country for a long time as his team has gotten off to a big start. Talking about a big start, Tyrell Gatson in transition. He finds a wide open number 5, Ethan Calvin Williams for a big time low country cross base fast break transition 3 as they extend the lead 32-22 as we just get the third quarter started. Jack DeLongchamp sitting courtside with Natalie Spalley. Now I feel like I can't catch my breath. We're going up and down. This is getting fun.
I was going to say, that is how you come out of the half and really just set the tone.
Absolutely. Philip Simmons gets a steal of their own. It's Titus Peterson. How about the tough finish underneath the basket? That's a much-needed basket for the Iron Horses. Is Gadsden.
Yeah, Philip Simmons is a team that is not going to go down easy. Let's take a look at this because it was great ball movement. We're going the other way. We're going to get deep into the paint, make those defenders collapse, and then you find a wide open shooter who's ready to knock down that shot in a big moment there for Ethan Corbin Willis.
It's a good athlete name, right? It's a pro league name.
I think so too.
Come on. We see guy handle the rock, Marco Simpson, 11 first half points, the freshman. He didn't play like a freshman that first one, because that's a deep 3. Maybe a little bit of a heat check there as they're going to get Michael Jordan going over the back.
And that's a strong board by Micah Mack, and he is known for his rebounding. They're excited where this guy can go. I know he's just a junior. Well, they're all juniors or seniors on this Iron Horses team, and that's how you make your presence known there in the paint.
And that's how you rebound, right, against a bigger defender. He does a great job of fundamental box out. Coach Garrett Campbell, I know he preaches that in practice week in and week out. It's a really nice job of Micah Mack drawing Michael Jordan's first foul of the evening. Titus Peterson picks up the dribble, North Charleston's going to double. John Brooks in the corner. The lefty able to elude, draws the foul. I think they're going to get that on number 2, Marco Simpson, his first of the night. You had talked about it. Philip Simmons down a couple guys. John Brooks did really step up the scoring here in tonight's ball game. Brooks to Peterson. He's going to find Robert Watson in the corner. Watson with the left. Float piece. Too easy. Those points of the break brought to you by West Shore Homes. And telling you, Robert Watson living up to the bill. He's got 8 already. Watson averaging 12, 5, 4, and 2. Does it all for these Iron Horses. And he's going to do it all again. How about fast break? The lane.
On cue, Robert Watson. But you see him with the bucket on the offensive end. He gets right back to work on defense. He doesn't take a play off, whether that's offense, defense. He knows his guys need him to be locked in every second.
You know, I think when we talk about Robert Watson, it's important to note that he's a junior. Yes, he's been playing varsity basketball for these guys for really the last 3 seasons. As number 15, Marcus Simmons, player to watch for North Charleston, is going to travel there.
I also feel like every time we bring up Robert Watson because of a play he had previously done, he does another play. He's just endless. And in the highlight reel tonight, Robert Watson.
Absolutely. Those points in transition brought to you by Low Country Crawl Spaces, building relationships that last. But Robert Watson's just a guy that's got the knack of always being around the basketball.
Yeah, and he loves to set up his teammates. We talked about his unselfishness a little earlier tonight, and he would rather his guys be in the right spot and make sure everyone else is doing their job. Because that's really, I mean, basketball's a team sport at the end of the day, simply put. 5 guys need to be in the right spot.
Absolutely. Possession's going to stay with the Iron Horses. You see Watson on the inbound. Look for them to maybe draw something up. Peterson, natural score, gets to the basket, but they're going to say that with that left arm, he hit him with an arm hook. That's Titus Peterson's first foul of the evening. You know, we talked to Coach Garrett Campbell about Titus Peterson, a junior, transferred in from PCA. Natalie, he said that he's a really instinctful scorer.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of this Philip Simmons team, is that they have the ability to go deep, and Garrett Campbell had said that this is the deepest team he's had so far. So it's guys like Titus Peterson or really Chuck Connolly, or guys that can come in, make a big play when it matters most.
Absolutely. And Coach Campbell had mentioned from last year's team, they lost 2 seniors. It was a major bulk of production when it came from the scoring. So this year's team, a lot of really solid players. There was a learning curve to really make the decision go, hey man, those guys aren't here. Miles Height, he's the guy that played for Philip Simmons for 6 years, 4 of which on the varsity level. Those guys aren't here. Someone's got to step up and really score basketball.
Yeah, and it's Miles and Matthew Lemon. Those 2 had left a big void when they had graduated last year for these Philip Simmons Iron Horses. But it was also good, and it dealt a lot with the maturation period, as we're looking at a fast break here by North Charleston, and 1. Put that one on the board.
Well, you got Marcus Simmons in transition. He's able to dish it off on Nazir Baldwin.
Yeah, makes the defensive play, and then the offensive play, the unselfish play. Marcus Simmons finding his friend, Nazir Baldwin.
They're going to get Titus Peterson. That's his second of the evening as we check out Nazir Baldwin. Looks to knock down the 3-point play, the old-fashioned style. Baldwin, 5'11", 155-pound junior, really strong with the ball in his hands. Baldwin averaging 6 points per game, 2 rebounds a game, 2 assists per game, as he's able to knock down the Holy City, eating an air free throw. As we see number 20, Sidney Spann Jr., the senior, checking in for the second time tonight.
Now this is the lone senior on North Charleston. They call him the old guy, the OG. He's that spark off the bench when they need him most.
Absolutely. See Andre Grant checking back in for North Charleston. Had the big spurt at the end of the first half to push the lead ahead, but let the lefty move from Wilson Brooks, unable to get it to fall, but really sweet lefty move as North Charleston back in transition. How about number 1 again? Unable to get to go, but Robert Watson always around the basket. With just about 4 to play, Watson with the left, unable to get it to go. A crowd. And number 4, John Brooks, the senior, with a really nice offensive rebound to give the Iron Horses another chance to try to cut this lead in half. Micah Mack, another offensive rebound. Natalie, you mentioned Micah Mack, second career start. The offensive rebound put back. That's a big one, Natalie.
That's a huge one. Because like I mentioned, we haven't seen a team go on a run, and look at that one. Honore Grant, coast to coast with it.
Come on, that's a tough finish for Honore Grant. That's 8 for Honore Grant. It's a scoring affair. 37 for North Charleston. Philip Simmons just 30 as we head to break with just 3:30 to go.
Sometimes I think you're asking me things and I don't know what you're asking me things, and then I'm like, has there been an instance where you ask me a question and I just don't respond? That's good. Say that one more time, I'm sorry. Oh, maybe not if there's going to be a delay. We can try it. Yeah, I'm up to trying anything. Oh, no. I think they're going to... Jack, will you talk to me?
Check 1, 2. And welcome back to Philip Simmons High School. It's Mike TV Charleston High School Hoops Game of the Week, driven by Cruz Chevrolet. Jack DeLongshall sitting courtside along with Natalie Spalla. Natalie, North Charleston with a 37-30 lead. They've really gotten out to a big start, and they haven't really relinquished that lead quite yet since that first quarter.
No, and this is a 7-point lead, but a sneaky 7-point lead. These teams have been back and forth this whole night. North Charleston has got the better of Philip Simmons on just a few plays, but with the pace of play, Jack, this is a score, or a lead rather, that we could see evaporate really quickly. So this game is far from over.
Couldn't agree more as we see Robert Watson in a little bit of a two-man game with the junior Weston Cogshaw. Carlo Jensen sets him a screen, never really attacks it around it, just kind of waiting out. Robert Watson a little back cut. Well, Carlo Jenkins from the corner, one dribble, jumper, pull up short. Watson unable to save, and possession will be with the Cougars. You know, when we talk about this North Charleston team, Natalie, Coach Tony Edie, he's been there for a long time. He's built such a prestigious name. He left for a while. Since coming back, he's trying to build pride within this North Charleston community and high school to bring back a sense of, hey, we are North Charleston. The name on the front of our jersey really means something. Now, speak to what we kind of heard in that interview to, you know, how important it means to be a Cougar.
Exactly, yeah. And Coach Edie said they always get the best of every team they go to. He referenced Baptist Hill. They had gone there a few weeks back, and they had brought the pep rally. They had brought the band. I know they were cooking up some great concession food. So he had actually asked their AD, look, do you like roll out the red carpet for every team you play? And they say no, just for North Charleston. So if that gives you any sort of look at what these teams think of when they think of North Charleston, then that's it, Jack.
I love your point there. I saw Wilson Brooks with a really nice pass. I thought it was a really great look, just unable to get him there. As you see Coach Garrett Campbell, hey, right idea, just not maybe on the right connection. But as you see head coach Tony Edie, I think one of my favorite lines in all of our interviews with him maybe came from one of his assistant coaches. Assistant coach Dylan Steimer told the team this week, with the opportunity to play on TV in front of fans, family, you know, the entire low country with basketball, he said, hey, we're going to a raucous environment. We get to be the villain.
Exactly. That's a great way to put it. Sometimes, hey, if you're looking for some motivation, everyone loves to be the villain every once in a while. They like to come into someone else's house and upset them, and sometimes that's just the best way to get a victory, Jack.
Absolutely, and he knows that his team's not the villain. He understands that going into this ball game. He's trying to provide a chip on the shoulder because he knows that this region's going to be really tight, and this ball game could be the difference between winning Region 8 at the 3A level.
Yeah, this is the time where every single game matters. This is region play. At the end of these next few weeks, everything about the playoffs, everything about making a potential run in the playoff, that matters in games like tonight.
Absolutely. You saw Marcus Simmons unable to knock down the three in the corner. He's a really talented shooter with only 2 points tonight. Look to see him have a big impact late in the fourth. Oh, how about transition there? Robert Watson, the Euro, the floater.
Watson with the sweet shot for two.
How about the steal? John Brooks gets it to the brother. And the finish from Wilson Brooks.
Brooks for two. Assist.
Philip Simmons on a little 6-0 run as they're really starting to get it going. The fans can hear him. Oh, if they'd have called a charge there, this place would have erupted. But Honore Grant gonna head to the line.
And they're getting the hands into their guy who knows how to put the ball in the basket, Robert Watson, and then another offensive play, Wilson Brooks, the strong take to the basket. And Jack, we mentioned it, that lead, that 7-point lead that was on that board not even 2 minutes ago. Now reduced to a 3-point lead.
Absolutely, Natalie. This is going to come down to the last shot of the game as Honore Grant's not able to knock down the front end of the Holy City Heating and Air free throw. Holy City Heating and Air, we provide solutions for every season, but you can see that this kid can really score at an elite level. So he knocks down the second. That's 9 for Honore Grant, 8 of which came in just the last 3 minutes of the first half. See North Charleston going to go to a full court press. That's just going to go to a man as John Brooks is going to bring the ball up. Oh, how about the steal from North 20, Sidney Spann. But it's Robert Watson with the block on the low country call, space fast break, unfazed. He said, give me that. An air ball from Marco Simpson. He's been so good shooting the rock tonight, unable to get that one. And Robert Watson's going to slow things down as North Charleston leads 38-34 with a minute to go. But it's Sidney Spann again to the freshman. Marco Simpson. An easy 2 as he's got 13 as he extends the lead to 6.
Now we're starting to see this place get a little louder, Jack, for sure. Both of these teams throwing punches back and forth. It looked like Philip Simmons had gone on a little bit of a run there. North Charleston quick to silence it.
Go ahead and take a look. How about the hands from Sidney Spann Jr., Natalie?
And we knew that was going to be North Charleston's bread and butter tonight. They're going to be in your face. They're going to be getting those hands in passing lanes, making life difficult for these Iron Horses, and then able to come away with the turnover and capitalize on the other end of the court.
I think from the freshman Marco Simpson, what's been so impressive, Natalie, is he airballs the last 3. Next play, no worries. He's unfazed by the moment. It's a big free throw to knock down, knowing that Robert Watson's coming from behind to try to block your shot again.
Yeah, you got to give credit to the guy we've given credit to all night, Robert Watson. All over the place.
Absolutely.
Whether that's a block, whether that's a big-time bucket or a big-time rebound, that guy is not going to give up. And, Jack, we've got 40 seconds left in this quarter. That's 40 seconds I know that Robert Watson is going to give it his all.
Absolutely. And for Watson, 12 points tonight. But what's been so impressive in just the third quarter is he's already got 6 rebounds and 3 blocks as well.
Wow.
It's going to be John Brooks, ISO. And he's going to head to knock down some Holy City Heating and Air free throws. Does a great job of getting to the basket and causing the foul.
Marco Simpson, his third, team third for the Cougars in the second half. Number 4, John Brooks at the line, shooting 2 shots.
And you got to be impressed, by the way, John Brooks, his brother Wilson Brooks, and some other guys in there, they like the physicality, is at least what I'm picking up from this vibe, is that they love to crash. They love to crash and get rebounds. They love to drive that lane and try to get some easy lay-ins off of it. But North Charleston, it's made their job difficult all night, but they just unfazed with it, Jack.
Absolutely. See, able to knock down the second of the Holy City, heating and air, but North Charleston again, up and down. It's a track meet for these guys. They're going to slow down. Philip Simmons does a great job of getting back in defense with just 20 to go. Look to see North Charleston hold for maybe the last shot of that third quarter. That's a broadcaster's jinx if I've ever heard it, Natalie.
A little frustration there between Tyrell Gadsden and his guy Sidney Spann. I think he wanted him in the corner there.
That's a very unlikely turnover to Tyrell Gadsden. As you see, John Brooks is going to bring the ball up the court for Philip Simmons to try to cut this lead to one possession here in the third quarter. Oh, wow. How about the spin move from the senior, Wilson Brooks? So sweet, so smooth. As we're heading to the fourth quarter, Philip Simmons will not go away. It's going to be an unreal finish, folks. North Charleston 40, Philip Simmons 37, thanks to the sweet move and his 9th point of the game from Wilson Brooks as we head to break.
Hey, guys. Can we please change it back, because that was really brutal? Thank you. The delay was really, really messing me up. Yes, we did. We definitely tried, so I appreciate it.
Hey, did it sound okay during that period, though, Vince? Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, it was actually in my ear, too, so I was just double making sure. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We're going to have a really, really fun finish here on our hands as My TV Charleston's high school hoops driven by Cruz Chevrolet. Jack DeLongsaw joined by Natalie Spalla here courtside. Natalie, 8 more minutes of this basketball game just doesn't seem like enough. We're going to have a really fun finish, don't you think?
Yeah, this is exactly what you want. I mean, you couldn't have asked for a better matchup here tonight, a better effort from these two clubs, because this has been fun. If I can't find a better word for that, Jack, well, fun pretty much sums it up, at least to watch.
Well, I know both coaches on each sideline got to be excited about the way their guys have showed up. We mentioned Philip Simmons down, a starter tonight, but it's been Wilson Brooks of late here in the second half that's really stepped up. One man down, next man up. Both teams have been really giving it all tonight as even Corbin Williams spots up in the corner for a three. That's his second for the night. He's got 6.
You got to love it, and you got to love the way North Charleston is moving that ball around the perimeter. And it looked like we had Marcus Simmons lose his shoe earlier in that possession. So we might have to tie that up a little tighter when we get a stopped ball here, Jack.
Absolutely. The block and the rebound for Michael Jordan. Only 2 scoring points on the night, Natalie, but his presence on the boards and defensively is really a game changer for North Charleston.
Yeah, I think so too. It's been the difference maker, I would argue, because these are two teams that want to run and gun, they want to score, and they've got guys that want to be physical. We talked about the physicality of both North Charleston and Philip Simmons all night.
Absolutely.
If you're physical, you have a tendency to rebound, and that's the the stuff that is tough and stuff that really can't be taught. You got to want to do it.
Absolutely. Saw on the other end, Michael Jordan able to get a fall. Michael Mack with his 4th rebound of the night. Cario Jenkins, that's his 3rd offensive rebound on his own miss. He's a really high-energy player.
I was going to say those exact words, Jack. That guy comes off the bench, and he is ready to go. High-motor guy, high-energy guy. He's either scoring or putting someone in a position to score.
Absolutely. And those baskets around the rim, he hasn't been able to get them to fall, but I think that second chance motor, can you teach that, or is it just intangible?
You know, I don't think it can be taught. I think you just gotta have a want to score. You gotta have a want to finish out a play. And it's just a scorer's mindset is you are not done on a play unless you're getting 2 points in that basket for your team. Absolutely.
Saw Jenkins unable to knock down the first of the Holy City heating and air free throws as Robert Watson checks back in for Micah Mack, excuse me. North Charleston 43, Philip Simmons with just 38 with just 6 to play. It's Marcus Simpson again. His 15th of the night. Sweet floater from the freshman.
And that is a great first step by the freshman. That one step got him that inside his defender, and he saw an open lane to the basket, so why not finish that off?
Oh, how about the head fake? Unable to finish, but a nice move from Wilson Brooks. The rebound. Again, Marco Simpson all over the floor. Simpson going to slow things down. It'll be interesting to see defensively what Philip Simmons does to try to combat. That time it's Robert Watson. Stevenson in transition with the left. Yeah, he gets in the fall. That's a big-time athlete.
That's a big-time athlete and a big-time effort there. A tough shot, body movement. It's so hard to control your body when you're going full speed. You got a defender in front of you who's trying hard to knock that ball out of the area. And just a tough finish from Stevenson there as we're coming the other way now, Philip Simmons. And Stevenson wanted that ball. He's all the way in the corner calling for it. Philip Simmons going to slow things down.
How about Watson from deep? Shooter's touch, unable to go. Strong weave rebound from Ethan Cotton Williams. Marcus Simmons going to bring up the ball off the floor for the Cougars. A 5-point lead with just 5 to go. Natalie, before that last possession, I would be curious with Watson checking back in. Was it going to be Stevenson or Robert Watson to D up the freshman who's leading all scorers with 15? And right now they got no answer on the defensive end. As Marco Simpson with his 17th point of the game. He's heading the line, the chance for an and one.
No answer for the freshman. He loves it. He's clapping right now, and look at that. Whew.
It's a strong man move from a freshman. Kid can't drive, but he's driving the paint with easy money.
And now we're getting a timeout from Philip Simmons. They're trying to figure that out. They had cut the game down to 2-3 points, but we're back at that 7-point lead now for North Charleston, and time not exactly on their side at this moment. 5 minutes left. A lot can happen in those 5 minutes, but we haven't seen Philip Simmons rather be able to get over that hump at least quite yet, Jack.
All right, so Natalie, you're a former college basketball player. You know the game well. Defensively, if you're in that Philip Simmons huddle right now, what's he telling his guys? Is it throwing a different defender? Are you doubling down on Marco Simpson? We mentioned the 17 points, but is it Robert Watson? Is he the guy to get the defensive stop? He's already got 3 blocks tonight. He's averaging 2 steals a game, but Troy Stevenson's a high-level athlete. What do you think he's telling his guys right now?
I think defensively, it's simple, and it's one of those things that's harder to do than to say is just keep your defender in front of you and trust your backside defense to be there if a guy cuts to the basket, if a guy beats their defender off the dribble. You got to play all aspects of this defense in order to keep up with this North Charleston team that is a team that's run and gun. And I was going to say that this North Charleston team in the fourth quarter has gotten away from that transition. Philip Simmons has been able to slow them down, but North Charleston, credit to them, because they're still finding their shots and they're still getting buckets.
Absolutely. We see Marco Simpson with his 18th point of the game. He's able to knock down the Holy City heating and air free throw. We provide solutions for every season. It's Troy Stevenson trying to push the envelope. Robert Watson's going to slow things down to the half-court set. Little pick-and-roll action with Cario Jenkins. Watson drives, kicks to the senior. How about John Brooks? A big 3, his 5th of the game. Cuts the lead to 5.
A big-time play, especially when they needed one of those, Jack. And again, the guy we've been talking about all night, Robert Watson, setting his guys up in a perfect spot.
Absolutely. Already his 5th assist of the game, but John Brooks with a big basket. D'ing up on Andre Grant, big time. It's the Brooks brothers on the defensive ends.
And let's take a look. For North Charleston Cougars in the paint, we've got a wide open John Brooks on the outside, and he is able to knock it down, cutting that Cougar lead to just 5 points now.
Look at him. We talked about who was going to be the guy defensively to get in the mouth of the freshman. This time, it's number 4, John Brooks, doing it defensively as Robert Watson takes a hard crash to the floor. We're going to have a foul. Curious to see who they call it on here. There's a bunch of white jerseys around the ball.
Yeah, and a bunch of white jerseys with their hands up in awe after that call. I don't think they were very happy about that one, Jack.
Absolutely. As we see these Holy City Heat in there, free throws. It's going to be Sam Riddy to the line. How about this, Natalie? The junior, 6'5", 240. Instagram name, Too Tall Riddy. Too tall indeed, sir.
We love that.
See Nazir Baldwin checking back in. Marco Simpson's going to take a break. He took a hard fall on that last play. See a name pop up. It's not even Calvin. It's actually Sam Riddy, the junior. Hadn't had a lot of time tonight, but he's learned a lot playing next to Michael Jordan. Those 2 big bodies down low. I know Coach Edey would love to pair those guys up in the blocks moving into region play. Watson to the corner. Brooks can take it back out. See Coach Garrett Campbell wants to set up a play. Natalie, what do you, half court set, what do you think they look to go to here?
You know, that was a great opportunity to get some points there, Jack. You got to spread out this North Charleston defense, I think, is really Philip Simmons' best case scenario here. And we know Garrett Campbell, he loves to set up plays, he loves to execute it. What a stop there by Troy Stevenson.
Well, I got to tell you, Natalie, we've said Stevenson's name tonight. When we come back from break, we'll tell you a little bit about what he's doing on the gridiron, because that's a huge block there on the other end. As North Charleston leads 49-43, just 3:17 to go. Don't go anywhere, folks. Brought to you by Cruz Chevrolet. We're going to head to break.
What?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Philip Simmons High School, where North Charleston leads 49-43. These high school hoops are driven by Cruz Chevrolet. Jack DeLongchamp here with Natalie Spala courtside. Natalie, it's been a back and forth affair. Both of these teams undefeated in Region 8 at the 3A level. This is a big time moment of the game. What's it going to take to get a big clutch win here late in the game?
You know, I think I think one thing, Jack, and then I see another take part on the floor. So you never quite know with both of these teams. But how about that?
Troy Stevenson. We mentioned before we went to break, we're going to talk a little bit about Troy. Back and forth affair with Troy Stevenson, a 3-star quarterback on the gridiron from Coach Eric Bendick here at Philip Simmons. He's got offers from rights all over the country. Miami, Penn State, Notre Dame. The athleticism of Hardwood, very evident.
And it's great seeing that transition onto the floor. You've seen his speed. You see his ability to help his guys out on a big defensive stop or really every aspect. And it's cool to see a guy who strives and thrives on the football field do so well here on the court as well.
Absolutely. As we had the replay here, you're going to see the hands of Robert Watson get involved, but Ethan Corbin-Williams, too big.
And then you got Troy Stevenson on the other end, finishing it lightly off the glass, keeping his guys' chances of winning this one alive.
The junior on command. He's been great late. He's going to get a foul in the corner. I think it's going to be on number 3, Tyrell Gadsden. That's his second on the night. But Natalie, didn't you see it on the closeout of the block shot there from Troy Stevenson? That looked like a corner who's going to play a pass over across the middle. You can see why he's so highly recruited at the next level.
100%. Just a high motor guy.
But Carlio Jenkins in transition. And they're going to get Ethan Corbin-Williams on the foul underneath. Strong move to the basket to draw the foul.
Fouls on number 5, Ethan Corbin-Williams.
Yeah, let's take a look. You love a ball fake. That's one of my favorite plays in basketball. Fake the defend or fake passing it to your teammate, and honestly, 9 times out of 10, especially at the high school level, that defender bites at least a little bit. Sometimes it's enough to get yourself there on the free throw line, Jack.
Absolutely. Ethan Corbin-Williams, just his second tonight, his foul. Carlio Jenkins got 3, looking to make it 4, cut the lead to 4, unable to do so, but how about Wilson Brooks on the putback? One is good, 2's better. That's 11 for Wilson Brooks. Arguably one of his better outings of the season, doing it in prime time. North Charleston leads 51-48 with just 2 to play. Backdoor cut.
Dangerous backdoor cut. Luckily, for North Charleston's sake, ball back in their hands.
Oh, how about the freshman weaving in and out of traffic? Oh, touch not there. Brooks in transition with the rebound, looking to go coast to coast. North Charleston going to double in the corner. Bodes well, the steal from Marcus Simmons, the sophomore. Natalie, this is getting fun. I can see you.
Fun.
Natalie, the former collegiate player. Oh, we're going to change the call on the floor.
I was going to say these fans over here on the Philip Simmons sideline, they are not happy about that. So
let's take a closer look.
Sometimes you got to give refs some grace. I think at the end of the day, they got that one right, Jack.
Absolutely. You can see there in the David Hill replay. Clearly out on Cougs. Glad they got the call right on the floor.
And these fans, honestly, looking back to Troy Stevenson, I was going to say these fans have the right to be upset in a situation like that because I have a feeling, Jack, this one's going to come down to 1 or 2 plays.
Those West Shore home points to the paint, maybe the 2 biggest of the night. Troy Stevenson, a high-level athlete who's going to play at a very high level for a long time on the football field. He showed up big here in the 4th quarter. He's got 6 in the 4th.
Wow.
Michael Jordan with the response, though. He's 4th of the night. Natalie, they were able to free him up on the block. What'd you like about that play?
Really just the sight of him stepping in there, and woo, we're going to get a foul on Jordan on the other side. So let's go ahead and take a look at some replays because there's a lot going on right now, folks. Look at Troy Stevenson. The tough lane wrapping all the way around defenders and finding his shot. And then over there on the opposite side, Michael Jordan. Looking a little bit like a guy named Michael Jordan that we all know. And then over here again, Carlio Jones, strong take to the basket and finding himself. He's become a regular at that free throw line tonight, Jack.
I think he's a huge advocate of Holy City hitting in air. As he looks to knock down the second. They got that one, Honore Grant, his second of the evening. Grant with 9. Jenkins knock it down, cut it to 2. He's able to do so. We knew that this game was going to come down to the last shot. As you see Philip Simmons faithful, how are they going to be able to escape for a win? How's North Charleston going to be able to hang on? What is going to be the key in the last minute of the game, Matt?
When it comes to games like this, you always fall back on your leadership and how your leaders are able to control the floor. But both of these teams, Jack, they have guys with so many years of experience, juniors, seniors on both sides of the ball. They've been in situations like this before. They know what it takes to win. So it's going to be interesting to see how this last 40 seconds plays out.
Absolutely. It's Tyrell Gadsden to Honore Grant with just 35 to play. North Charleston holds a 1-point lead. Are they going to hold the ball? Philip Simmons looking to foul. Curious to see what happens late. It's Robert Watson. Of course it's Robert Watson. His third steal of the game in transition. Hold for the last shot, and they go for it now. Brooks unable to get it to fall, and it's Andre Great with a big rebound. But how about Philip Simmons fighting? They're going to draw a jump ball, and yeah, you can hear the fans here, Nat.
And you got head coach Garrett Campbell over there pointing to the bicep. That's a strength play.
Absolutely. Possession remains with the Iron Horses with just 17 to play. Philip Simmons down a point. Who do they go to here?
They're going to go back door to John Brooks. Nobody there.
John Brooks, his seventh of the night. Tyrell Gadsden in transition. Out of bounds. Going to remain with the Cougars. Two of the biggest West Shore own points in the paint of the night. That's a huge reverse layup from John Brooks.
And if you are North Charleston, your jaw is on the floor right now, confused as to how something like that could happen. John Brooks on an island receiving that pass and laying it in beautifully to put his team up one, Jack.
Natalie, how about the brilliant play call from Coach Garrett Campbell? Everyone in the building thinks it's going to go to your superstar's hand, Robert Watson. But watch him. They use him as a decoy coming in off the inbounds. He sets the screen, which frees John Brooks up wide open.
Wonderful. From a guy who's all about the X's, the O's, the execution, the setting things up for his guys. Coach couldn't have picked a better play for his team right there, Jack.
Well, he does it, and now they've got a 1-point lead, 54-53 with just 6 to play. Well, we talked about the coaching from Garrett Campbell, a brilliant play call in that moment of the game. Coach Tony Eady, he's been here and done this a time or two. Natalie, where do they go here with just under 6 to go?
You know, I'd like to see a drive to the basket.
Oh, they free up Michael Simmons right underneath the basket. Marcus Simmons unable to get it go. It's Troy Stevenson with the rebound. John Brooks, the senior, tosses it in the air, and that's going to be all here from Philip Simmons High School with a massive 54-53 lead. An emotional victory for Coach Garrett Campbell. He can't believe it. You can see these guys are absolutely fired up. What a win, what a come-from-behind victory.
And we've got the tale of two sidelines right now. We've got everyone on North Charleston absolutely stunned. And then we've got the Philip Simmons fans right directly behind us, Jack. Couldn't be happier. Let's go ahead, though, because that could have easily been opposite. North Charleston, a beauty of an opportunity right there on the inside. Marcus Simmons unable to get it go. How about Carlio Jenkins, the junior? Doesn't foul. Great defense, but that's going to be a shot that Marcus Simmons, our player to watch, wishes he got to fall. He's a really unbelievable player. He'll learn from the moment. He'll be back better than ever. Ladies and gentlemen, you see Philip Simmons there. They're stoked for their guy. Coach Garrett Campbell with a massive victory. We're going to head to break, but make sure you stay tuned. Natalie Spittles going to interview Coach Garrett Campbell after their huge victory here from Cruz Chevrolet High School Hoops, My TV Charleston.
Hey. Y'all go stand behind the tee. Go stand behind the tee. Or not. Hey, y'all go stand behind the tee. Get everybody go stand behind the tee.
It's on. Check, check, check. Mic check. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey,
check, check.
Take a picture of us. Somebody. Coach, take a picture of somebody.
Check, check. Mic check. 1, 2. Thank you.
Hey, Vince, do you want me to open and I'll queue up and see it's Natalie? Okay.
No, y'all get around me.
Okay.
It's the other way. Right hand one. Right hand one.
Don't box the tee out.
Right hand one.
Taking a picture?
Take a picture.
No, I got you. You want to talk to me or them? Okay. All right.
First in that one.
30 seconds or what?
It's My TV Charleston's high school hoop driven by Cruz Chevrolet. Tonight's trophy and Scholar Athlete plaques at the end of the season are provided by All-American Awards, helping Charleston recognize excellence since 1993. Ladies and gentlemen, there was a whole lot of excellence on the floor tonight. We're going to kick it to Natalie Spalla and head coach Garrett Campbell and Philip Simmons after an unbelievable gritty win for the Philip Simmons Iron Horses. To you, Natalie.
All right, guys, a lot going on right now. Coach, a 1-point win on your home court. Walk me through the emotions of this one in the last minute of this game.
Well, we knew they were going to be a really competitive team. North Charleston's always got a good program. Coach Edie does a great job with them. So we knew we were getting into it was going to be a fast, action-paced, up-tempo game. And we were a little, at the beginning, we weren't ready for it, but we really second half adjusted. And that last minute was kind of a blur. I'm still kind of forgetting what happened. I was asking them about what happened. But it was we gutted it out. We got a great layup from John Brooks. We got a good stop down there, and we gutted out the win. It was awesome.
You've talked about the execution of this team. When you're all in the positions you're supposed to be, then good things happen for this team. What went into that inbound play there in that last minute?
We noticed that they switched to man on the inbounds. So in the last second, we went to a really good play that we run. And you notice we got it in. We got to our spots. We set a good screen. Carlo Jenkins threw a great pass. And like I said, John finished it off for us. So we trust in each other that we'll make the right play. We'll run the play correctly, and it worked out for us.
What does this win mean for you guys heading into region play down the stretch?
Yeah, so anytime you can beat North Charleston, whether it's region or non-region, it's always a huge win. But them coming here, we've had an emotional day. So us getting the win against a really good team like that, it's just awesome momentum for us going forward in the region. We're trying to repeat as region champions. We did it last year. So our goal this year is to win the region, get another name on the banner. So anytime we can beat a region opponent, especially North Charleston, is just awesome for us.
Well, Coach, I'm going to let you take this trophy off my hands and celebrate with your team. Congrats, guys.
And you see him. He talked about it. It was an emotional ball game. We mentioned how important it was to Coach Tony Edie. He knew that he was going to get everybody's best because of the legacy that he's built at North Charleston High School. But what this means for Coach Garrett Campbell, it was an emotional day, an emotional win for his team. They were able to get it done. You saw Robert Watson grab that trophy. He's our player of the game today. Yeah, he had the 12 points, but his ability on the glass, his ability on the defensive end, he spurred from a leadership perspective a huge win for the Iron Horses. But let's not forget about North Charleston High School. Led the entire game, a really talented bunch, led by a legend in Coach Tony Edie. An incredible ball game. But folks, it's the Philip Simmons Iron Horses that get a huge win. Natalie, final thoughts from an unbelievable night here in hoops, high school hoops here in My TV Charleston.
I'm just excited for the weeks ahead, Jack. Both of these teams, so much promise. Congratulations to really both of them. The Philip Simmons Iron Horse is able to finish out a tough road test.
And ladies and gentlemen, that's all for us here tonight, folks. Make sure you tune back in next Friday at 8:30, Fort Dorchester, West Ashley. But here from Philip Simmons High School, it was a last-second buzzer beater, 54-53. A big win for the Iron Horses over the North Charleston Cougars. On behalf of Natalie Spall and Jack DeLongchamp, we're back next Friday. Thanks for watching from My TV Charleston High School Hoops.